tribe. I missed you. It's just a honor and real gift to be able to talk to you again. I've missed it a lot. I can't even remember the last time I did a video update. It was at least a few months ago. I'm sure I was pretty upbeat at the time, and that's because some really cool things were going on, and they're still going on. You don't have to worry. Things are going the right way, but I had another detour, I guess, which in a way I am really grateful for. But at the same time, it was not necessarily something I was really grateful for at the time. I was actually pretty distraught about it, to be honest. It was long hauler again. I got sick again in December, and couldn't beat it actually until the middle of February. My immune system was not kicking in, and I had to. The first thing I had to do was I had to figure out how to beat the virus, disrupt it without help from my immune system. So that was interesting, but I did manage to do that. I got better. And in the back of my mind, I guess knowing that obviously it had been about 2.5 years, a little more than 2.5 years since the first time I got sick, that the idea that I might get long hauler again, was there because there was the possibility, because it was a different variant that might do something, but the treatment I had to fix the first time was so thorough that I just thought it's very unlikely, and it's probably just more the traumatic memory that's making me think it's possible that I could get it back, but it became inescapable 2 weeks ago, actually, to today, just inescapable. It was just impossible to deny it to myself anymore. Woke up and like all of my symptoms were back, and like full blown. I've been getting things piecemeal, like here and there, but they just all coalesced together, and it was, yeah, I was pretty distraught. But the funny thing is, the first opportunity I had to just tell Jenny that I had long hauler again, and I didn't know why. I didn't know why the other treatment wasn't working, because it's the way that I beat it last time is like it's the way I live now. I mean, I'm kind of doing the treatment every day, and it was awesome. As people who followed know, it meant that I had zero pain, and I felt better. I had more energy, felt better than I had ever felt, and to have lost it so quickly, only about 8 months later, was just maddening, especially after everything, and with the ramp up that I was doing, because I was really excited about it. But then she said there's no point in getting all upset about it, because you figured it out last time, you'll figure it out this time. And yeah, I mean, it's true. I should not have gotten so upset about it, because I I should have trusted from the experience the first time that I was going to be able to just figure out what this one was doing that was different, and I learned a lot. And 44 minutes later, I had the answer, and yeah, it was a completely different mechanism. It was something I was unaware of that I think even the original variants impacted somewhat, but what did it this time was the same thing that made the variant I got around Christmas, which might have been the Kraken variant because that was the dominant one around here at the time. Just the most infectious thing ever, and the fact that it's so infectious, learning about that and understanding why it was so infectious, that it wasn't just all those spike proteins, but it was how the spike proteins were primed, and then the systems that that particular enzyme are utilized by. So it's like used all over your body for all sorts of really crucial different functions. It it was incredible. It was really fascinating, and it's all the information is something I'm very grateful for. I've thought about this and thought, am I so grateful that I would go back, and that it was like worth the pain? And I can't say that because I feel like in some sort of Freaky Friday situation, it might be like a snap, and then I'm back there, and I just, yeah, I never want to go back to it again. But the good news is, like, even though it was affecting a different system, I came up with a plan for how to treat it, and yeah, and I was feeling much improved on the first day. It was a little bit slower improvement than the first time, and in the first treatment, which I'm still doing. So now I'm just like doing all of this is just a more holistic way of treating everything. But it's been really good, and it's shown me that there's even a higher level to my health that I didn't realize I could get to. I can't say I'm pain-free this time, but only because this thing caused frozen shoulder. So I've got frozen shoulder in my left arm, and for anyone who's ever had that before, it's I mean, it can be really painful, but I've been getting better really fast, and it's like I'm just way ahead of where you would think. My my mobility isn't perfect, but I'm lifting weights again, and just doing almost everything normally. I just don't do things that cause it to really hurt, like that particular one. That's it. Other than that, I'm back, and just feeling awesome because I've picked up where I've left off, and not only that, in that time period where I was sort of struggling with being sick, and then the aftermath of being sick, technology has sped up, and there's even more tools available for me to finish the things that are really exciting and had me excited before, but now even more so because I can see that they can be even better, and have more capability, and actually be run in even a better way. So amazingly, it all turns out to be positives again. So as everybody knows, Dangerous to Know, obviously the movie is done, and I wanted to give you a treat. I was planning on having this just be something I showed as part of the launch of the thing, that technological doodad I've been talking about, that I'm going to be releasing Dangerous on. It'll be partially how Dangerous will be released. Dangerous is going to be released in some different ways, and there's some really such cool stuff. Some things I'm so excited to share. It just won't be like anything that's happened before. but one of the things, if you recall, is that I've talked about releasing the movie in a physical format that will allow people to watch it in a way that is far better than Blu-ray quality, and in an uncompressed format. And I mean, it just looks incredible, and I can't wait for people to see that, because the public has never seen it before. And I've said this before, like, a lot of people in the industry haven't seen it before. I mean, you have to, wow, I mean, you maybe like a Hollywood digital editor may have seen footage that looks, this good. And I've only experienced it because of doing post-production on Dangerous, so I knew this was possible. I've had a version of the movie like this for a long time. I just didn't think I would be able to release it publicly, but then I started working on it, and so I'm not going to show you the device, but as you know, this is a device that will not require a separate player, and you can connect it to your flat screen, you can connect it to your laptop, your tablet, your phone, and experience any of those screens if you want to. And there'll be even more capability than that, but I don't want to spoil everything. But the packaging is something I've worked on, and that's been ready for months, but I figured, you haven't seen me in a while, I should give you guys something cool. So here it is. So not a Blu-ray case or anything like that. It's different. It's something unique. Hopefully you can see that, because I know it's going to focus on my face. This is the art on the background and everything. I guess if people zoom in, they'll be able to see these things, but it's not going to be like that surprising. It's a different format, and just a different device, and it's it's going to be really cool, and it's going to be a price that I've been saying it's going to be competitive with Blu-ray, but you'll understand once I launch it. It'll be cheaper than the really deluxe 4K Blu-rays that have come out just in the last 2 or 3 years. Might be more expensive than like a Blu-ray you find in the middle of a grocery store or something like that. But as far as like competing with a new one, yeah, it's gonna be really cool. And of course, it won't just have the movie on it; it'll have so much more. And those are the things that are taking up a lot of my time. I've got great news on the Superhuman audiobook front, but also even more than that, and I'm really excited. I want to tell you all about it, but this video's already pretty long, so I better stop. But yeah, things are chugging along, and I'm more optimistic now than I think I'm more optimistic right now than I've ever been. Actually, quite frankly, I feel really grateful to have been able to get my health back. The full story of how that happened and what the implications are is something I really would love to tell everybody someday. I learned so much about myself, solved some mysteries from when I was a kid, some health mysteries, one of which had me in the hospital, and they didn't know, and they still don't know what it was, but now I do, and all of those things are related. And I'll give you a teaser. It's really, really freaky, and it was something that was amazing, but has helped me to understand myself a lot better. The same mechanism that has caused me to have this vulnerability, this like immune vulnerability to this, brand new virus, basically. And that's the downside of it. The exact same mechanism also, the fact that it's weak, has made me who I am, because it has the function of sure, gobbling up viruses and foreign material in your body, and that's good. But it also gobbles up neurotransmitters, and so what that means is, and it really explains a lot. The optimism is real, and it was really good to finally get an explanation for why I'm like that, why the energy stays up, and I've had, my whole life. I've been so lucky. I'm like fascinated by so many different things, and to have been able to be a novelist and feel like that's what I'm meant to do, but then to be a visual artist and feel like that's what I'm meant to do, and to be a filmmaker and think that's what I'm meant to do. And also to be an academic and a teacher and think that's what I'm meant to do. Like there's just, and now, I mean, I am so fascinated by biology and biochemistry and mathematical biology. Like I've really delved into it, and then of course there's AI, as everybody knows, and it's just it's amazing. Like it explains why I'm me. So it's an incredible gift. It's got a downside, but it's a downside that I've learned I can beat using the upside to do it, and it's incredible. So I'm really happy. I'm back to having a lot to do, but I mean, I wouldn't have it any other way. Okay, tribe, I'll be back soon, and actual products will be with me, and I really can't wait, because however big you think this is going to be, it's going to be bigger. See you in the next one.